Hi everyone, it's Justin here, Voices for Voices. Thank you so much for joining us today on this episode. Well over 435 episodes in our portfolio, our catalog of shows. We invite you to watch, view uh, previous shows. We can just about guarantee at least 30 to 40 shows. Uh, if not more, will resonate with you. And we also ask if you are able to share this podcast with your friends, family, colleagues, send a group chat, group text to 25, 50, 100 individuals in your friend group. Let them know about Voices for Voices. We are a 501(c)(3) nonprofit charity, which means we do accept donations, and those donations can be made at lovevoices.org, lovevoices.org. And once again, lovevoices.org. And I'll just spell it out just to make it crystal clear. LOVEVOICES.org. That will get you to the right spot. No donation is too small. No donation is too big. And we thank you. You're the reason why we have a show. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have a reason to come to you through the Voices for Voices TV show and podcast. So we're going to talk a little bit, uh, obviously, we're going to talk about mental health. And so within the realm of mental health, there is a part that relates to the word enough. And what does enough mean? I'm not going to go again and uh, read a definition. I'm going to go off of what we feel enough means. Uh, I'm not talking about the enough we've had it aspect. So don't think that that's where the angle we're coming at, because we're not. We're coming at the angle as how much is enough? How much do we need to do for it to be enough? I get it. We're always growing. We're always growing. There's always things we can do to get better, to show how better we're getting, how we're taking an initiative. Um, and so when we think of enough in that respect, how much is enough? How many boxes do there need to be? Number one. And how many boxes need to be checked? Uh, and it's a tough perspective when we're talking about mental health because working with mental health, mental challenges is a heavy load, a heavy weight that's on our shoulders day in, day out, morning in, morning out, night in, night out. Working through that is very, very hard. And this has nothing to do with excuses, nothing at all. But we're just talking about what is enough for one person to do, for for it to be recognized that, oh, okay, they're on the right track. Especially when you have quite a few quite a few areas to work on. Uh, and I apologize if there's any sound. They're doing some digging all around us, and they're picking their hours that they are uh, digging something about internet or uh, something like that. But it's getting back to our topic of enough. We know we're not going to stop. We're going to keep doing as much as we can. We're going to keep trying to do more, keep trying to help as much as we can. And to be quite frank, uh, sometimes that means some areas get less attention. Some areas take, what we would call like, I don't know, like a back seat, may get put on the back burner, still moving forward, but looking at things holistically and saying, oh, I really I need to do better. I need to do better. And so just like I said, anybody watching, listening, near and far, uh, I'm sorry that what I've done or what I haven't done is or isn't enough. I am I am working on myself on a daily basis, trying to do as much as I can. Some of the topics we do talk about are pretty heavy, and that goes without saying. I we talk about very heavy topics, talk about events, experiences in the past, in the current state. And so for anybody out there, again, that's watching, listening, listening, who feels that I haven't done enough, uh, I'm sorry. I I don't know what else I can say. There's a lot of things that uh, I say took for granted, other terms that can be used, and I'm doing my best to get better mentally, the therapy, the more frequent therapy, in addition to what I already had set up and I've had for guess years. And so that's really all a person can do. If you're feeling that way, it's totally normal to feel that way, to feel like, what else can I do? I'm going to continue to make mistakes because I'm not perfect. Nobody is perfect. Can only can only do so much at a time when it comes to changing. This isn't a switch that gets just flipped on or flipped off or a dimmable light. It doesn't go that way. It'd be nice if it would. So this is like raw mental health right here. We're talking about right now. Uh, Again, we talk about lighthearted, easy topics, and then we talk about topics like this, where changing behavior, being okay to change behavior. I don't sit here or stand here at some pulpit and preach what I think you need to do or what I need to do. What I do is share my opinions, my experiences, as well as when we have guests on, they share theirs. And so we're trying to help people because we think that there's probably probably others that are watching and listening that this might make a difference. So like, okay, he's going through this. We don't we don't like having to go through hard times, hardships, you name it, whatever the word or words you want to use. And it doesn't mean that we're gonna stop doing, that we're gonna stop trying, that we're gonna stop with, okay, well, here, helping to do this or that. Just means, hey, we're trying. Doing a good amount of things, uh, as an individual. And as I mentioned, uh, I don't have shame. I don't have, used to have this crazy ego where that's what everything would be about is me and my ego. Now it's not that. At least I don't think it is. Maybe some view it in a different sense. But all I can say, and I've said this before, maybe not to this extent publicly, that I'm sorry for whatever it is that I'm either doing, I'm not doing enough, doing something wrong. The only thing I know how to be is to be me. I don't know how to be another person. Uh, Earlier in my life, I was probably a different person than I am now for the reasons I've detailed over and over again and in previous shows. But I'm not too too full of myself to recognize that I've made wrongs, I've done things that may have affected others. See, I don't have a problem with that. And it feels good to just share this and to apologize and to just be human. Just be a regular human going through regular human things. Some I don't want to have to go through, but we're going through. But I'd also ask anyone for grace to take a step back maybe and look at where things are at holistically now versus where they were 6 months ago, a year ago, 5 years, 10 years. Again, we've all made mistakes. I've made mistakes. So I'm not gonna sit here, like I said, I'm not gonna sit here and preach and our shows aren't meant to be like that. Our shows are meant to be just real situations, real life that's going on. And I'm sorry if topics, things come up and it bothers people. I just don't know how to be anybody else but myself. And I would think the same for you, that you don't want to be anybody else but yourselves either. That's okay. That's just life. Some decisions we make are real fast, real in the moment. Some we have the ability to take a step back. Some we have the ability to take a step back, and maybe we don't. Maybe something gets overlooked. But I can probably assure you that after 435 and counting episodes, that there's probably been topics that have, rubbed people the wrong way. But with this being America, First Amendment, freedom of speech, and with my willingness to apologize, again, to anybody that I've hurt, anybody, spiritually, mentally, I haven't done things fast enough. All I can say is, I'm sorry, I'm trying. Some parts it may be enough, other parts it maybe it's not. But that just means that I'm a work in progress. And that's what I think every human being is a work in progress. Each day we have some things that are very similar that we do, consistency, and then there's others where something comes out of the blue and we have to work through a situation that we might not have been planning on. And I have a lot of those. And so that's why I'm coming to you today. Anybody that feels that haven't done enough, I can't change anybody's opinion, anybody's thoughts, actions. I can only work on one person, and that's myself. Just like you can only work on yourself. And I'll tell you this, I've never tried or I've never wanted to try as hard as I do and am right now. And I think it's pretty, when I look at the totality of the circumstances, I think it will show that I am trying. I've come up short and I've surpassed in some areas. That doesn't mean that there's no work to be done, doesn't mean that, again, nobody's perfect, so I'm not perfect. So no matter what I do, I'm not going to be perfect. I'm going to do my best, like I have. And I think the authenticity, like this episode today, is a big reason why we have the following, the viewers, the listeners, not just here in the United States, but across the world. Because one of my favorite phrases, I guess you call it, from back in the days, keeping it real, keeping it real. Just be authentic, be yourself. It's all you can do. It's all I can do. So thank you for being with us. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I hope this resonates. I hope this episode gets to the people that feel one way or another about me, about my actions, about behavior. And I wouldn't be here if I didn't care. I wouldn't put this together. I would just ignore it and just ignore it. But we handle easy topics and we handle heavy topics like this. So wherever you're watching and listening from, thank you so much. We value you being with us, whether on this episode or if you've been with us since the beginning. If you can reach out to 25, 50, 100 of your closest followers, friends, that'd be fantastic. And again, if you're able to donate, if you're here in the United States, donations are 100% tax deductible. It's tax season. And you can go to lovevoices.org. 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 Thank you so much for sticking with us, being a part of Voices for Voices. We love you. We're thinking about you, and we're sending good vibes your way. And we'll see you on the next episode of the Voices for Voices TV show and podcast. I'm your host, Justin Allen Hayes. We'll see you next time. See ya. Bye bye.